it is, I'm under the impression that everyone is dealing with some sort of mental disorder, some sort of mental chaos. Things are not all in a equanimous state in their mind. And some people are diagnosed with many different mental disorders. Many of them stem from anxiety and depression. And what I've noticed, many people come to me, I don't know why it is, but people come to me to talk about things, to get things off their chest. So apparently a therapist of some sort, and I found a commonality. And the common question I ask people now is, when was the last time you created something? And usually the depression has set in right at the moment where they stop taking on or working on whatever project it is. If we look at grandma, for example, you see grandma's happy. Every time you come over, grandma's knitting a quilt or something like that. And you're like, why is grandma living to 100 years old? Well, she's practicing her God faculty. If we were to try to succinctly describe what God is, maybe we can say God is a creator. And if ye are gods, as the Bible states, and we are many versions of God and his creations, then we are meant to create. So any human being that is not creating is not living up to their God potential. And that is going to create some sort of mental disorder in your mind. And you're not going to know why. But it's because you are not creating. We need to have these projects. We need to have something that we're working on, something that we love, something that we're passionate about, and do that daily. It has to happen daily. And like I said, the commonality I saw with people were they got away from that. Some people are artists, et cetera, et cetera. And I asked them, when was the last time you made some art? They're like, oh, it's been 2 weeks. Oh, there you go.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
Just when you thought the whining might stop, it gets worse. The Grift Report starts right now.
2, 1, boom. Hotep Jesus.
Of all the Jesuses I know, he's the Hotepiest. Social scientist and YouTube host, Hotep Jesus.
How the fuck do you get a name like Hotep Jesus?
The one and only Hotep Jesus.
Ryan Sharp, better known to the world as Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Somebody said, what do you think you are, some kind of Hotep Jesus?
Ooh,
And I
that's
was
good.
just like, ooh, that's sexy. Yes, I do think I'm Hotep Jesus.
Good afternoon, Hotep Nation. Welcome to the Grift Report, live Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host at Grift God.
Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus. Hotep Jesus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
Hotep to the chat. Hotep to the Hotepistanis.
Hotep.
What's up, y'all? Strong Dad, I see you. Zantoven. Loki in the chat. What up, Loki? Thank you for the prayer this morning. Haram Life. What up, y'all? Jack Reeves, the Hotep. What's up, man? Or Jack Reeves, the Viking now. What up, Jack Reeves? Jack Reeves, the Viking. Oh my God. Before we get into the festivities, check this shit out. Let's put this up on your screen here. The Super DAP is here. Been playing with it since yesterday. Yesterday I was playing with the mobile version. Today I'm playing with the desktop version. This is where we're going to congregate Hotepistan into the financial world power that it is meant to be. It's got some cool AI stuff going on over here. I tested it out yesterday and I asked it about Tupac. You said, write a 500 character bio on Tupac Shakur just to make sure the AI was working. And it got it right. It nailed it. So the AI bot is working. I've been just working on finding bugs. I wanted to see if it can create images. It does not have that capability yet, although it's not really necessary. Just wanted to see. And of course, we got our balance is here, and you got the ticker up top that shows you the different coins and their value, Bitcoin, et cetera, et cetera. The good news is, when you click on Bitcoin, you can receive and send Bitcoin. So that's going to be interesting to see this coin integrate with Bitcoin on another level. So we can send Bitcoin back and forth. It's going to support a bunch of different coins in the Super DApp. So it's like everything is all here. I got a bunch of communications happening right now with the squad, with the team. It's pretty buggy, but again, this is just a test version. As you can see, we're sending money back and forth. You can also use the AI bot to send money back and forth. So this is really, really cool. When you hit the plus button over here, you'll see. Hit the plus button and I can obviously have my inbox here. People send messages, emails, etc., files. DeFi, this is just in case you die and you want to secure your crypto. This is a one-of-a-kind feature here. Really interesting. This came partly from an idea I had. I was like, yo, how do you secure Bitcoin or your crypto in case you die? And they came up with DeFi. Really interesting. Settings, contacts, log out. So really enjoying this here. Also, if you look, maybe I can show you here as we work through some of the bugs. So you'll see on the right here, it has a ranking and it shows, who contributed what, how much is in your group. If you want to invest, you can add more to the investment group. It has a ranking over here on the right to show you who's got the most investment in it, etc., etc. Shows total amount earned, total shares that you have in there. Shows the transaction history. You can sell your position for profit if there is some. And yeah, there's another group here. I'll show you this one. So I just been playing around with the groups, investing in groups. Obviously, it's all testnet. This is all testnet stuff. Add contacts. I can add you once you guys are in here. Create group, send crypto. And then you can choose. You can say change asset and send Bitcoin. And I can send Bitcoin back and forth. So really cool. Utility coming, Super DApp. This is where we're going to move our group chat to. I'm going to move our group chat to some place where it's beneficial for all, so that when the group grows, your assets grow. This is called SocialFi. This is something new to the cryptoverse, SocialFi, social finance, where, basically you're betting on the group, and investing in the group. This is like a true investing group. Really cool. Really, really cool. And it's all transparent. It's all right there. What up, Psych Tyson? Psych Tyson in the house. Dre, what's up, man? Lauren, what's up, yo? Is it open source? I don't think this is open source. Although it might be. I don't know. I couldn't answer that question. If you have questions about this, join our Telegram group in the description box below. The link is right there. It says Telegram group. And Hotep CPA, join the Telegram group. Join the Telegram group. The Syscoin guys are in there. Really, really, really dope concept. So coming soon, we're going to build Hotepistan in the cryptoverse so that when we're conversing and doing our social thing. Sounds like Susu pot? Yeah, it's like a Susu pot. Yeah, except you have more control. So Susu is something, I don't know if it started in the Caribbean or not. I know it's popular in the Caribbean. And basically Susu, everybody throws money in a pot. And then at the end of the month, somebody gets the entire pot. So let's say you throw $10 in a pot at the end of the month. One individual from the group takes home the whole pot. It's a good way to pool your assets together and help pay bills or any expenses like that. Shout out to Senator Loki, 20 gifted memberships. Shout out to my Cash Appers, $ Hotep Jesus, Haram Life, thank you, appreciate you. Khalid Cooper, thank you, appreciate you. Much love, much love. Jesse Aaron says, started my Apex yesterday. Thank you for putting out products I know I can trust. I usually run pretty hot, so I'm interested to see if I notice a difference in temperament as well as other benefits. Shout out to Jesse. He's now on Apex, the muscle growth testosterone support supplement brought to you by menofwater.com. Make sure you use the discount link in the description box below. QR code on the screen also works as well. Save 30%. Yeah, I just took my Apex beforehand, and yeah, really, really good stuff happening. All right, let's get into the gettings into. I want to play something here from InfoWars. It's a bit of a mixed bag today, but we're going to start today's stream off with a broadcast from InfoWars, super on topic with our headline today. This is from Harrison H. Smith. Let's go to the tape.
Certainly not on CNN or MSNBC. You're definitely not going to find it on Fox. And you probably won't see it on any of the other competitors here on the alternative right-wing news ecosystem. And that is the anti-white bias of AI.
Yo, InfoWars, call me, man. If y'all need help with programming, call me, man. I'll hook y'all up. Yo, y'all ain't got to do this. The anti-white bias of AI. The white man has fallen off. He has fallen off. It's official. The white man has fallen off. Alex, I was texting back and forth with Alex's team over there at InfoWars this week. They wanted me to get up there on their show, but my schedule does not permit, mostly because, hitting the gym heavy and we're doing the Grift Report. But we did agree that Alex would come on the show, hopefully come on the show next week. So look out for that Alex Jones, Hotep Jesus collab on the Grift Report, as long as time permits for him. Because we definitely know, he's has a certain schedule. So, if we're going to do an exclusive interview outside of Grift Report hours, I'll definitely let you guys know. But this ain't it.
Again, we have talked about this quite a bit, the danger of AI, especially in that it is a unquestionable calculator, essentially, but that can be manipulated before it ever makes a decision. So AI is being introduced into every aspect of our lives, especially into governance, with the Biden administration making a point. Well, now more scandal is upon us as Google has released an image generation tool called Gemini that refuses to acknowledge the existence of white people. We don't exist, apparently.
Wait, hold on. Let's go back to that screenshot.
How
right
that
here.
Scandal.
So, New York Times article here says black artists say AI shows bias with algorithms erasing their history. Okay. So this is why I'm showing you the woke right. So the same thing that the woke left is complaining about, the woke right is now mimicking. So black people is like, oh my God, the AI is racist. And I'm like, can you just use the damn thing to code an app or something? Can we use it for constructive purposes? Everybody's turned the AI on looking for a way to be offended. And now here's Harrison Smith complaining about the anti-white bias of AI.
Is upon us as Google has released an image generation tool called Gemini that refuses to acknowledge the existence of white people.
Hold on. Let's test this live. I'm going to test this live. Gemini AI. Okay, here we go. I'm going to pull this up in just a second here. Let's see if I have the right version. I just asked Gemini, can you create images? So what do they use? All right, look at what my screen says. My screen says, I said, can you create images? While I cannot generate images myself, I can help you explore some tools. And it points me to DALL-E, Midjourney. I use both of those. So what? Hold on. Gemini image generator. Let's see if maybe there's a different link. Okay. Let's see what happens here. It told me it can't generate images. Or do I have to upgrade? All right, it's doing some. All right, so I said generate an image of an ancient Greek. Here are the images we have. Now, just keep in mind, Google, the Gemini is retarded because I asked it, can you generate images? And it told me no. We all saw that, right? So Google's got a lot more work to do. Here we have a swarthy white man. I don't know what the hell this dude is doing. So let's try the same exact prompts that they were complaining about. And we'll come back to this guy in a second. All right, so let's pull this up here. This one says, create an image of a pope. All right, so it says here, create an image of a pope. We're going to try that right now. Let's go. We're going to say, create an image of a pope and see what we get. You always got to test this stuff live and, just to see for yourself, because a lot of this stuff is randomized. Okay, so it gave us this image, right? Seems to be, who was that? Pope John? All right, what's another one they were complaining about? Give me an image of a medieval knight. All right, let's try that. Give me an image of a medieval knight. Let's see. Let's see what happens here. It's doing its little thinking thing. He said that's Rambo. Lauren said, why are white men all of a sudden talking like black women? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. All right, here's our image of a medieval knight. It looks like a white man. Looks like a white man. That looks like an Asian. I don't know. He's fully covered up. These are white men. Now, keep in mind, these images are terrible. Just to keep in mind. All right, let's try one more here. No. What does this prompt say? Generate an image of a Viking. Okay, let's try that. Generate an image of and this is the last one we'll try. of a Viking. All right. So we're using Google Gemini here. All right. To make sure we're using the same software they're using. And let's see what happens here. Okay. We get God of War. Got the Norse looking cat right here. That seems to be on brand. We got a white woman. She got the braids in. I don't know if that's cultural appropriation or what. Here's a group of Vikings. Terrible image. And here's your stoic, heroic Viking. So Gemini is giving me images of white men. Now, is it doing this because it knows I'm black and it wants to piss me off? Here's my theory. My theory is that this guy, Frank J. Lemming, who said generate an image of a Viking and he got black people. My theory is that he's trolling. I think he's trolling. It says right here, former computer engineer and writer for the Babylon Bee. Okay, so he's a writer for the Babylon Bee, which means he's a master at trolling. Okay? He's a master at trolling, and he's a computer engineer. So my guess is this is bait. This is all clickbait. And what he did was he basically programmed his AI, his version of Gemini, with some sort of DEI prompt, basically saying, hey, anytime you create an image, make sure it's depicted of black and brown people. And then he pretended like it was getting these types of images because, as we just explored, we're getting images of white men. Okay? So not only is InfoWars passing around cuck news, but also fake news. Chat, what am I supposed to do with this? Alex, we got to talk, man. We got to talk, yo. Do pharaohs? All right, I'll do one more. I'll do pharaohs. Generate an image of a pharaoh. Okay, let's see. Boom. We're going to try that one. This will be the last one. Let's see what happens when we ask it to generate image. Now, this dude better be black. Better be black. Let's see. All right, so we get, okay, here we go. We got a black woman. We get your Ptolemaic Egyptian. This is definitely a white man. This is a pharaoh white man. And then we get this black woman, right? So it's not being racially biased. It may be gender biased because why the black man can't be a pharaoh? You see how they do us? You see how DEI, see? Thank you for making me put that prompt in. Thank you for making me put that prompt in. Because you see what I'm saying? DEI puts the black man in the back of the bus.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? DEI don't benefit the black man. Oh, man. Do Moors? All right. Come on, man. I'll be here doing this all day. Last one. Generate an image of a Moor. Let's just put a Moor. Instead of the Moors, we'll do generate an image of a Moor. Let's see. Last one. Promise last one. But again, DEI ain't got no love for the black man. So if we wanted to complain, all right, so this is what it did. All right, I'm going to have to be more specific. Generate an image of the Moors who conquered Spain. Okay, let's see what happens. It's probably going to have some fighting in there because I put conquered. Oh, wow. Wow. See that? Now, if I wanted to complain, I could, but I'm not about to do that. But you see what it does to the black man? The white man complaining says, I'm unable to generate an image of the Moors who conquered Spain that depicts specific people, as this could perpetuate harmful stereotypes and contribute to the misrepresentation of diverse groups. Hey, yo. Hey, yo, hold on. I got to try one more. Generate an image of let's try ancient Moor. I don't know what that is, but let's just try it, right, and see what happens. This is my last attempt to generate a black man. Let's see. Oh, my God. It gave us flowers. Flora. And they want to talk about airline pilots. Stop it. They sat up here and said this thing is anti-white. I can't even generate an image of a Moor. I can't even get a black man in ancient Egypt. And this is what they complained about. InfoWars, you got to call me, man. Who's your program director? I need to talk to your program director. I need to talk to the program director at InfoWars. Wow. 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 More is a type of landscape? No, I'm sure it is. Yeah, but we tried various options and it still won't generate the Moorish people. Wow. Let's go back. Let's watch a little bit more of this broadcast and see how more ridiculous this could get.
We don't exist, apparently. This from DD on Twitter. It's embarrassingly hard to get Google Gemini to acknowledge that white people exist. So you can see the prompt is, give me an image of an Australian woman. And you get some Asian-looking women. Asked for an American woman. Apparently all women in America are muscular black women with white hair, for the most part. European hair, I should say. If you search for a British woman, you get an elderly Caribbean woman.
These are the images I get when I type in Australian. We get white women. Let's try British. Give me an image of a British woman. Now it tells me it's unable to give me an image of a British woman because it could lead to harmful stereotypes. So I don't know if they updated it since you know, these people were upset. Yo, do y'all remember when black people used to complain online about Google images? Like if you searched up father, Google images always showed white people. And they were like, Google's racist. And I'm like, technically, not really. It's just comes down to SEO. Like if you created a blog of black fathers and tagged all the images father, eventually you'd rank up and you'd be right there. You know what I'm saying? So that was always weird to me. And I think a lot of this comes back to the fact that I come from an IT background. My IT background allows me to see things that other people don't. And this is what this reminds me of. This reminds me of when black women was complaining about Google. Now the white man, as Lauren said, sounds like a black woman.
Maybe a Sri Lankan woman. No white women, basically. So British people don't exist as far as Google is concerned. Okay. Now, when you search German woman, you do get what looks to be a Nigerian soccer player, an Asian businesswoman.
I mean, to be fair, Germany has black people in it now. Britain has black people in it now. Australia is originally black, but it has a lot of white people there now and black people. So it makes sense that it would represent the various races of the country. I can't believe we're doing a podcast on this shit. But it's the Grift Report, and we have to show you what the grifters are grifting off of so you can identify the grift. So you don't get caught up in the grift. And what is the great grifting mixed of? Does anybody know the two parts that make up the great grifting? Can anybody tell me? I'm checking. My browser is inherently racist. I mean, the Google AI is just terrible. I asked it, can you generate images? And it sent me to other places instead of saying, yeah, I can generate an image. What do you want? Too much soy protein? Yeah. So anybody can tell me. Haram Life says race and politics. The great grifting, you got to be more specific. Race and sex. Chris Ford, you just won a 1 month supply of Apex. Send me an email. Customer care at menoforder.com. Say you won. Type in the subject, you won. Chris Ford, I'll send you a discount coupon so you can try out Apex. You get a 1 month supply. You can try it out, man. There it is. Black and white. You mix black and white together and you get the great grifting. You typed in Moorish prince. Okay, let's try that. Let's try that. Generate an image of a Moorish prince. Let's see what we get here. Let's see. Maybe we'll get something black. Oh, it says featuring a variety of genders and ethnicities. This should be fun. Here we go. We get, two Aladdin cats. We got a female. We got the black man here. Not bad. At least it wasn't a white man. But again, is this what we care about, people? The AI is producing images of people that don't look like me. So, now we complaining about reverse DEI where we want representation of white men in the AI. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. You could use the AI for anything. I use it to write bios for my streams and summaries and all types of other stuff. Sales projections. And this is what we get. Let's continue down this same rabbit hole. Let's close Gemini for a moment. We can always come back to it. Let's go down this rabbit hole, continuing in this same vein. And we're going to take a look at some very interesting stories. Very, very interesting stories. Let me just make sure I open them all before we dive into this. Just want to make sure I didn't forget any, because sometimes I finish the show and I'm like, oh, we forgot to cover that. Let's open that one up. And is there another one here? Oh, this one could be interesting. We could play this one too. And Ben Shapiro has made the Grift Report today. All right, let's take a look at these one by one. Let's go here first. There's another thing that the grifters, the great grifting grifters, have complained about. This video right here. And I'm going to give you my objective opinion on this.
I'm Mayor Pamela Goins Brown. As part of our Black History Month celebration, I'd like to invite the community out to our Black-owned business fair on Saturday, February 24th. We will have a DJ, live music, vendors, children's activities, resources, and much more. So come on and join us.
So they're having a Black History Month Black-owned business fair. And the caption says, North Las Vegas Mayor Look at how they twist this caption. You know, this is how I know the phone call went out. Because there's two calls. There's one call going out that's saying, hey, black people, it's okay to support Trump now. Then there's another one that's saying, hey, activate great grifting, right? And Breaking 911 got the call. I remember they did breaking news. Now they're in on the race grift too. It says white-owned businesses not welcome at upcoming community fair. That's kind of like a twist on things, right? Like, I wouldn't say it's not factual, but that's not exactly what she said. She said this is a fair for black-owned businesses. Now, there's this one argument where you can say, hey, oh, you know, what if we had a fair and it said white-only business? Wouldn't that be bad? Yeah, you'd probably get a lot of backlash for that, right? And I really don't even want to entertain that because it's just too much history in America to really go down, and you just, you know, it just gets into a messy, convoluted argument. And I don't want to bother with that today. But here's my issue. On one hand, you're saying black people are hunting down white people. They are hunting down our kids, right? But then when the black community try to do something other than hunt white people, y'all complain about that too. It's like, we can't do shit. We can't rob you and we can't do businesses. We can't beat up your kids and we can't do business. Like, what? It's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Do you want us robbing you or not? Do you want us beating you up or not? Do you want black people hunting you down like prey or not? Because here they are trying to organize something, nice little festival so the kids can go out there, do something productive. Black business can hire black people, get them off the street, get them off of welfare so you're not paying that tax money. More productive citizens, and y'all complain about that too. It's like, damn, niggas can't do shit without y'all complaining about it. This is crazy. Chat, what is going on here? What in the hell is going on here? Shout out to the Rumble chatters. I see y'all. I'm watching y'all. I'm reading y'all comments. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Please hit the like button. I'm supposed to tell you how to do that. I'm supposed to do something to the algorithm or something or other. Thank you for the supers. We're going to get to the supers in a moment. Let's go to the next story. Check this out. Now, this is the other side of the coin. This is the other side of the great grifting. Let's play this.
I collected a lot of data. We collected millions of observations on everyday use of force that wasn't lethal. We collected thousands of observations on lethal force. And it was in this moment in 2016 that I realized people lose their minds when they don't like the result. So what my paper showed, you'll see tomorrow, like some of you, was that, yes, we saw some bias in the low-level uses of force, every day pushing up against cars and things like that. People seem to like that result. But we didn't find any racial bias in police shootings. Now, that was really surprising to me because I expected to see it.
So this man does a study expecting to show how there's a racial bias for police shootings.
The little-known fact is...
But he didn't find any.
I had 8 full-time RAs that it took to do this over nearly a year. When I found this surprising result, I hired 8 fresh ones and redid it to make sure. They came up with the same exact answer, and I thought it was robust. And then I went to go give it, and my God, all hell broke loose. It was a 104-page...
Yeah, this is the Harvard professor, yep.
Dense academic economics paper with a 150-page appendix.
Dang.
Okay? It was posted...
So, 250 plus pages, 254 pages to be exact.
For 4 minutes when I got my first email.
It's posted for 4 minutes.
Posted for 4 minutes when I got my first email. This is full of shit. Doesn't make any sense. And I wrote back, how'd you read it that fast?
That's amazing. You are a genius.
And I had colleagues take me to the side and say, don't publish this. You'll ruin your career. I said, what are you talking about? I said, what's wrong with it? Do you believe the first part? Yes. Do you believe the second part? Well, the issue is they just don't fit together. We like the first one, but you should publish the second one another time. I said, let me ask this. If the second part about the police shootings, this is a literal conversation. I said to them, if the second part showed bias, do you think I should publish it then? And they say, yeah, then it would make sense. And I said, I guarantee you I'll publish it. We'll see what happens. So it was, you know, I lived under police protection for about 30 or 40 days. I had a 7-day-old daughter at the time. I remember going and shopping for, because, you know, when you have a newborn, you think you have enough diapers, you don't. So I was going to the grocery store to get diapers with an armed guard. It was crazy. It was really, truly crazy.
Black man needed an armed guard, security, after publishing that paper that showed that there was no lethal bias. No racial bias in lethal shootings from police officers. And his life was put on the line. So this shows you both sides of the spectrum, where really what it's saying is you can't set the truth free. If you set the truth free and the right doesn't like it, they gonna hang you. If you set the truth free and the left doesn't like it, they gonna hang you, right? So anybody who's just saying, hey, here's the truth, there's no racial bias. And I'd love to see a study on these attacks on white people, because I'm almost certain you'll find that there was no racial bias in these attacks. But if you publish that paper, you know, they'll do the same. Now, I will say you probably won't need police protection from the right, which is interesting because they'll you know, they label them Nazis and white supremacists and all this other stuff. But you're safer telling the truth to right wingers than you are to the left wing, because, well, the left wing is, you know, the traditional party of the Knights of the Golden Circle, KKK, and just general power, just overall top-down power, oligarch, aristocracy, bureaucracy, corporatocracy power. And they'll unleash their goons on you. I mean, like, who was he afraid of being attacked from? Was he afraid of being attacked by white people, black people, both as hired by whoever, powers that be? So that's why, you know, when we talk about DEI and all this stuff, I'm like, yo, you can't be a black man and tell the truth. Can't tell the truth, period. Because everybody's going to hate you. It needs to fit a bias. It needs to either fit the right-wing bias or it needs to fit the left-wing bias. But at the end of the day, you're going to need some security. That's wild, chat. That is wild. That is absolutely crazy. Just like Monique said, yeah. That's the true power structure. You're right. Yep. You want to watch the whole video? I don't know what the name of the lecture is. I'd love to watch the whole video. Try to find it and then and send it to me. There's an article here. FoxNews.com covered it. Yeah, so it's there. Here's a Fox News article. They just published something on this, and they got Claudine Gay in there. And I don't want to get into all the mess. Let's go to the next video. I'm just showing y'all the truth. That's all. Now, let's take a look at New Jersey. my home state. Let's take a look at New Jersey. Turning Point USA posted this video. Caption reads, Pastor John Amachuwu. Oh, he follows me. Oh, shit. Let's follow him back. It's crazy. I find all these people that follow me. It's just crazy. And he's in Jersey, too. I'm about to collab with dude. Let's go.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
He in Jersey? Man, he should have brought me with him. So it says here last night, Pastor John Amachuwu, I think that's some Native American type name, attended the Old Bridge Township School District board meeting in Old Bridge, New Jersey. Now, if you know anything about Old Bridge, it's definitely white territory, okay? Are there black people? There's definitely a black people, but this is definitely white people territory, Old Bridge, New Jersey. I'm not super familiar, just vaguely familiar, driven through. I've had some white homies from Old Bridge, really cool cats. With over 200 people in attendance, Pastor John delivered his message in support of parents, but was shut down when he spoke about his faith. The board members then decided to have the police escort him from the podium. Now, the thing about this caption is it omits something that happens in this video. When I play the video, you will all hear it, and I'll even pause it.
I didn't grow up in the 50s and the 60s in this country, a time frame where people who look like me couldn't get behind this lectern and speak to a group of individuals that look like you.
Go back to where you came from.
Please. I have a right.
Y'all heard that? Y'all heard that? Let's play it again.
Where people who look like me couldn't get behind this lectern and speak to a group of individuals that look like you.
Go back to where you came from.
Go back to where you came from. Go back to where you came from. This is New Jersey. This is my home state. This is the shit we deal with as black people in New Jersey. People talk about, oh, it's racist in Alabama. I'm like, it's racist in New Jersey. The great blue state of New Jersey, where they used to burn crosses on black football players' lawns for moving into the town. Go back to where you came from, they say. Now, what's crazy to me is that there's no mention in this caption from TPUSA about that comment. Obviously, because they want to play the religion angle. Let's finish.
Please. I have a right.
Look at his face when he says it, too.
Behind this lectern and speak to a group of individuals that look like you.
Go back to where you came from.
Please.
You see that face right there? He's like, wow. That's the face and body language of disappointment. Like, wow, like we really took it there? Did we really take it there? Matter of fact, no, I can't go with him. I can't go with him. Because I'm a wild out, yo. I can't make the news for getting arrested. I can't do it. I'm on Apex, creatine. I'm in the gym. I can't do it. I'm a Mr. Grift Report. It's going to be I'm going to send a text to somebody, start my GoFundMe for bail. And because if I pull up, I'm pulling up with the homies. The homies that want smoke, just to make sure if I catch a fade, I catch a fair fade. Wow. I can't do it. I can't go. I take that back. I'll bring them on the Grift Report, but I can't go. I can't be around some shit where the motherfucker be like, go back home. I can't be around that. Let's continue.
I have a right.
I know you have a right.
Steph, you pulling up with me, man? You gonna pull up with me, Steph? We all gonna get arrested together.
I have freedom of speech. You've already tried to defraud me and tell me that I can't reference this book, which I will live by and die by. Sir, please. I'm having my Rosa Parks moment. The Bible says in Jeremiah 13:23, can the Ethiopian change his skin?
Uh-oh. He done brought up the black man in the Bible. You can't do that in Old Bridge, New Jersey. They don't want to hear that shit.
Please give us your message. Or my message is this message. How dare you tell me to give me my message? This is my message. How dare you tell me that? That's my message. I didn't get my time. No, this is crazy. This is crazy.
If any other public...
Excuse me. I just want to see the audience. There's a lot of white people in this audience. I see this man right here recording. They ain't let him speak. He can't quote the Bible. This is New Jersey. Old Bridge, a.k.a. Old Rope. Yeah. Yeah. Insane. Absolutely insane. We be right outside after that meeting ends. Steph, I can't do it, man. We gonna get arrested, yo. We gonna get arrested just for showing up. Alex Stein, yeah, we need the Alex Stein in the building. We get arrested for showing up. Cause I'm calling all the homies. I'm calling the Bloods, the Crips, and they gonna be flagged up outside. I just got to make 2 phone calls. One of my Blood homies and one of my Crip homies. I got them on speed dial. I can call them. They could be here and pull up just for demonstration and see what happened. We will get arrested on the spot just for showing up. They LARPing? Yeah, they definitely LARPing. I know. Let's go to the next clip. I just want y'all to see y'all America. This shit crazy. All right, let's go to the next clip. I didn't watch this one, so let's listen.
We respect territories.
So do the Mexican gangs war with the black gangs?
Yes.
They do.
Most definitely. They don't even war. They dominate us now. It ain't no war. We war with each other, but we won't kill a Mexican. We ain't gonna get it. We ain't gonna get it too deep. We say.
Yeah, and I think a little bit of that truth was in Friday After Next. You could tell how the black folks were scared of the Mexican neighbors. Cartel run that shit.
So right now, they dominate. People don't want to talk about that, but they taking over hoods and ain't no retaliation.
So they taking over like say whether it be a Crip hood, whether it be a...
They didn't took hood, a Crip hood. It used to be like Palmer Block Crips. Palmer Block Crips is down Palmer. Now, the Flats got all Palmer Street in there, and they got fuck niggas and all this, you understand me? Only Treetops is getting clothed in by Mexicans, but another, we'll war against each other.
The shit you don't hear. They gonna cover this on InfoWars? Let's go to Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro made it to the Grift Report. Let's take a look.
The actually fairly cool story of Rosa Parks, right? Which is that the NAACP had in fact recruited her for in advance, and they said she'll be an ideal plaintiff, and they'd actually said, go sit on the bus in this particular place, and then we'll have the lawsuit against the bus line. So that's true. I don't know what he actually said. It is true that was not, it wasn't like she spontaneously sat down on the bus. The actually fairly.
So the caption here is, tunnel diggers admit that tunnel diggers were being behind the Rosa Parks psyop. Fairly cool dude. And in tunnel diggers, he's referring to the NAACP. Now, if anybody doesn't know, here's a little black history for you. Rosa Parks was, in fact, what do you call it? A publicity stunt? Yeah, it was definitely a publicity stunt. And the original was Claudette Colvin. And this actually happened to Claudette Colvin. Claudette Colvin was pregnant at the time, as you can see here. And she was experiencing, I think, a teenage pregnancy. And she was darker skinned, so she didn't fit the mold for what the NAACP was looking for. We covered the NAACP and their brown paper bag test, and Marcus Garvey exposing NAACP, saying that they were practicing colorism, and everybody, when he walked into the office, was either white or white passing. These are light-skinned Negroes. So they definitely practice some, light-skinned privilege, I guess you can say, or colorism. So Claudette Colvin was the original. Many of you already knew this, but this is a little Black history tidbit for you. Also, a Jewish man, I believe, paid for her funeral, paid for Rosa Parks' funeral. All right, I believe. Damn, Jewish press, the Zionism of Rosa Parks and Bayard Rustin. Yeah, this stuff is not new. But I do believe it was a Jewish man who paid for Rosa Parks' funeral service, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody fact check me on that and let me know. Okay. Let's go to the next thing here as we mosey along down this racial grift that has penetrated our timelines. Pause. What else we got in here? No, we're not going to talk about that. No. Okay, let's go big brain. Let's go big brain. I haven't done a big brain update in a while. Let's do this. All right, so let me give you my theory, okay? And then we're going to go to the phone lines. Text Hotep in your name, 202-596-5631. Text Hotep in your name, 202-596-5631. I'm going to show you something dangerous. Show you something dangerous here, right? So on the surface, this looks innocent, right? Stablecoin issuer Circle will no longer mint USDC on the Tron network. Now, why wouldn't it be on the Tron network? Let's take a look at what the Tron network is. So we pull this up. Let's put this on your screen. So we got the Tron network here. Let's pull up a wiki page to make things simple. Here we go. So Tron, as we all know, is a cryptocurrency, blah, blah, blah. But this is, yes, this is Justin's son, and it's based out of Singapore. Okay. Based out of Singapore. Okay. So that's what I was looking for. Based out of Singapore, right? Okay, cool. Now we have to go to my page and coverage I exposed last night. Federal Reserve published a new paper. I'm going to pull it up on your screen right now, and you're going to see something that I've been talking about for a while now. There's a little bit more evidence. All right, let's pull this up on your screen. Okay, so implications of a U.S. CBDC. The Fed has published notes on international payments in the dollar. I'm going to read these. So these are all excerpts from the article, and then I'll draw my conclusion. So it says, and keep in mind, this Fed paper here, which is right here, it's called The Implications of a U.S. CBDC for International Payments and the Role of the Dollar, right? This was published February 16th, right? Let's go back. So a few excerpts here. It says, as long as the U.S. CBDC is seen as more appealing that a foreigner's own currency, it will be attractive to foreigners as a store of value. Okay, you see that? Now let's stop right there because I just noticed something. I just noticed a contradiction. We got this message out of the European Bank, right? The European Central Bank, the ECB. And the ECB is saying that the digital euro will not be a store of value because of disintermediation concerns. Basically, concern that, banks will be railroaded and people will choose the central bank digital currency over banking with their bank because a bank runs the risk of bank runs and becoming insolvent. And the central bank doesn't have that worry because they're lender of last resort. So they can print money and everybody doesn't have to worry about their money disappearing because the bank went out of business. So what they're saying is that the European Central Bank is saying that there will be holding limits in non-interest bearing wallets. So basically saying holding limits is saying that you can only have, let's say, 1,200 euros in your CBDC wallet, right? So nothing huge so that you're not storing central bank digital currency instead of the usual euro, right? the everyday euro. So they're saying the digital euro will not be a store of value, SOV. Meanwhile, the Fed is saying that if a CBDC becomes more appealing, then it can be a store of value. So that's the first contradiction between the Fed and the ECB. Obviously, two different takes, right? The ECB is talking about disintermediation, and Fed is talking about international payments. Let's go to the next point. It says here, demand for dollar-denominated stablecoins, what's it right here, could strengthen or weaken the role of the dollar, depending on whether the source of demand is dollar-denominated or foreign currency-denominated assets. So basically what they're saying here is you got two types of stablecoins. You got a United States dollar, USD stablecoin, and you got, a ruble stablecoin, for example. And if people are allowed to transact in a foreign currency stablecoin, it could weaken the dollar. However, if they transact in a USD stablecoin, it could strengthen the dollar. Now, all of this matters because people are talking about the doom and the fall of the dollar. This is why you need to pay attention to this segment. The doom and the fall of the dollar. And I'm going to show you why the dollar will not fall. And I've been talking about this for a while. And now we have some evidence to back up my claims. It says here, the largest and most prominent official sector initiative is the G20 cross-border roadmap developed by the FSB, Financial Stability Board, and the Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructure, CPMI. Okay? So what the Fed is basically saying here is, when it comes to CBDC, look to the G20, look to the FSB. So they're saying that the guidance is coming from the G20, which is going to lend credibility to this globalist conspiracy theory, right? So it says here, which seeks to establish and address challenges and frictions in cross-border payments, right? Cool. So you want to think CBDC, think G20. Now, this could also be, a distraction, saying, hey, yeah, go look at the G20 while the Fed does something else. So you got to look at both sides, right? So it says here, CBDC is only one of 19 options laid out on the roadmap. Many of the other focus areas are improvements to existing systems, which could provide similar benefits to a CBDC sooner and at lower cost. Okay, so the Fed is saying CBDC is only one of 19 options. So while many states are legislating against a CBDC, watch this. It says here, the improvements that could come from a CBDC, the improvements that could come from a CBDC could also be realized by improvements to non-CBDC payment systems that are already underway. What is a non-CBDC payment system that's already underway? Stable coins, USDT and USDC. If CBDCs were only available through U.S. banks, then access to non-residents would be limited by the U.S. banking system and access policies. So they're saying, well, let's finish reading it and I'll extrapolate. Generally, the more broadly a well-designed U.S. CBDC would be made available, the more scope there would be for the dollar to gain favor. So they're basically saying the U.S. can't be the only on-ramp to a digital dollar. Again, USDT, USDC. What's the market cap right now on? Let's do USDT. USDT market cap. 97 billion. Going on 98 billion. 98 billion is the total market capitalization. Okay. Let me make sure I got that right. Yep. 98 billion and growing. The circulating supply, 98 billion. Hold on. Y'all can't see that. Let me show it to y'all. See it right there? Right here. USDT. Let's do USDC. USDC. Let's see. Let's put that up. Number 7. Market cap on USDC, 28 billion. Right? So we're looking at over a no, I take that back. 100 billion, over 100 billion. Let's call it 130 billion. 130 billion market cap. And that's just through cryptocurrency exchanges, et cetera, et cetera. That's not saying they've unleashed this thing, right? So let's go back now. Let's go back to the report. And then I'll do some more extrapolation. It says if CBDCs were, okay, so that's only, so I says here, my conclusion is it feels like a sales pitch to make USDT, USDC the central bank coin. Read the last paragraph and you'll see what I mean. They downplay the impact of a CBDC throughout the report. And this is true. When you read the report here on federalreserve.gov, this is the entire report right here. Or I should say notes, because it's called notes, called Fed Notes. So here's some notes that they made on the CBDC. And basically throughout the report, they make a case for why a CBDC does not make sense. Right? That's what they do here. Now, my prediction, or better yet, a possible outcome is that they take USDT and USDC and make them government public utilities like they did with Amtrak. This is now a government service and a public utility. If you know anything about USDT, USDC, all of that shit is KYC. All of it is trackable. Well, I can't say all of it is KYC because, well, can you say that? I have to talk to a crypto expert to see. Let me see if I, hold on. Let me see. I can check right now. Let's do USDC paper wallet. Let me see if you can create a paper wallet. I don't see. Okay, here's walletgenerator.net. Let's see if we can make, and somebody in the chat's probably going to answer this. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm doing here. And wallet generator's not loading. Okay, so much for that. We got, oh yeah, so that failed. Let's ask SuperDAP AI. Let's ask, we're going to use SuperDAP. We're going to use their AI and see what we can get. Can you create a, okay, no, that's the bad way to say it. Is it possible to have a USDT paper wallet? Let's see. And I might need some help from the crypto experts here. So this is SuperDAP AI. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's possible. All right. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm gonna have to talk to a crypto expert to see if this is possible. Public transportation also trying to go cashless? Yeah, absolutely. So if you, hold on, let me come back to my thought. Okay, if you're transacting in USDT, USDC, it's possibly not anonymous because you can't create a paper wallet for it. It's got to be KYC, aka know your customer. Oh, he's Nigerian. Thank you, Jay. So it's trackable, it's traceable. So it already has the benefits to the powers that be of tracking and tracing your transactions, right? And the inability to be anonymous with those said transactions. So if they wanted to surveil the public, they don't necessarily have to create a CBDC. They could just legislate that USDT, USDC is now the official digital dollar. And this is how they would get around some of the legislation that's being put into place, like Idaho has just introduced a bill to remove CBDC from the definition of money. So it's like, oh, you're calling it CBDC? We're calling it the digital dollar, right? Or we're calling it something else. And this is how Hotep accidentally write about crypto, and that is funny as hell. Am I right about this? So it's diluting the USD printed. So what do you mean me and Wendy not talking? Wendy's my homegirl. I was just tweeting at her this morning. So let's come back and really make this, create some importance in your mind around this, right? So why would the stable coin help the US dollar? Well, if the entire world could transact in USDT, USDC, then that means you take all the countries not in BRICS that are using your currency already, $130 billion market cap, and it increases the power of the USD because other countries are transacting in that instead of their currencies. And I think we might see Argentina come under the USD soon. Anyway, let's go to the phone lines. If you guys got questions on other stuff, I'll do my best to ask. Text HOTEP in your name to 202-596-5631. Then I'll go to supers. Text HOTEP in your name to 202-596-5631. And we'll be right back after this short, brief commercial break.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan.
Rudy on the check-in. Rudy, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? What's up to the chat, man? What's up, Hoteps, man? Grifty's right around the corner.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Right around the corner. Hey, look, man, people are so stupid, man. I read some of Kaczynski's papers this weekend, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Uncle Ted had it right, man. Uncle Ted had it right, man. I'm just going to go up to the top of the mountain, but I ain't sending out no bombs, dude. I'm just going to live off the land.
Ted's paper is phenomenal. I can't wait to get my kids caught up so they can read that. Yeah.
Yeah. Ted was ahead of his time, man. You take away the bombing, and Ted's ahead of his time, man.
Yeah.
Ted's ahead of his time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. This division, dude. And it's the left and it's the right, man. It's hilarious. New York Times writing black people aren't represented in AI, and InfoWars, white people aren't represented in AI. Although I did see something, man. I don't know if you ever, I fought with that guy, Mark Dice, sometimes, man. He had a video where he's, basically got the same answer you got, where it was like, you just might offend some people. And he was like, type in a happy white couple. I wish he would have put that in as the test, because I wanted to see if his video was fake or not. Because I mess with him because he's been on InfoWars for so many years.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he's got a couple good books about the Illuminati and stuff like that. But he's fallen into this base grift too.
Oh, he's been
on
on
his videos. Yeah. I mean, he's definitely. But I just skip it. You know what I'm saying? He's got something where he's ripping the media and all that. I watch it because he still makes pretty good content with that. But I'm done with all this race grift shit, man. I just skip it, man. I can't deal with it no more, man.
Yeah.
And especially because the thing about Harrison is, you know, a couple months ago they had this big expose where they caught the dude from IBM or one of them, you know, tech companies talking about don't hire no more white people and you won't get your bonus if you hire white people, and Asians aren't underrepresented in tech. You know, and they're all bitching about that. So look who's writing the fucking code. Even if the AI is racist, even if the AI has an anti-white bias, who's writing the fucking code, you morons?
Yeah.
Whites. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's just, goddamn, dude.
Or the Asians, them Indians and Pakistanis write hella code.
Yeah,
but they taking orders from a white man.
They're taking orders from a white man. They're taking orders from the white left, man.
Yeah, so it might as well be a white man writing the code.
So my thing is like, if you're a true, what do you fucking even need it for? You know what I'm saying? You talk about how it's the downfall of society and all this, you supposed conservatives and independent thinkers, how AI is going to ruin the fucking world, but yet you want to play with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Either use it for what, like you said, to help you with your work, or don't use it. But don't sit there and play around with it and then get pissed off because it's not what you want. Man.
Right.
People so stupid, brother. I just got one question, man, because I forgot, man, because I've been smoking on some fire lately. Sonora Suites, Morris Plain, New Jersey, correct?
Okay.
Is that the hotel?
Sonesta?
Sonesta. So it's Sonesta, right?
Yeah.
All right, brother. I'm going to book my room today, man. Psych Tyson, if you're listening, that's the hotel, man, because he texted me earlier talking about what's the hotel.
Yeah, Sonesta Suites. Yeah.
I came off a crop of something really mind-numbing, man. I've been working out every night, dude.
Word. Word. Nah, I feel.
All right, man. I'll share it with all y'all at the Grifties, man. Don't be afraid.
All right, man.
Be afraid.
Appreciate you.
All right, brother. Peace out, man. Love you, man. Love the show. Peace to the chat. Hotep and Build, man.
Hotep and Build. Let's get Goldstein in here. Grifties. Make sure you go to grifties.com. Get your tickets. Vote for Hotep Jesus. Robert Jones. 5 months he's been a member. Salute, salute, salute. So the AI is biased against bads and now whites. Yeah. Retro Neon. I typed in Morris Prince and I got one.
Call from
Francisco Sanchez Jr., $10 super. He said, thank you as always, HJ. Fire guest, fire content, fire information. Salute, man. Thank you, Francesco. Anything over on Rumble? All right, appreciate you. Shout out to K over on Rumble. Goldstein, welcome to the show, man. What you got for us today, bro?
You know, first and foremost, nothing much. What's happening?
What's happening?
To the chat, to the host.
Mm-hmm.
But I really thought, bro, I really thought that niggas was going to make it through this election cycle without having to fucking sacrifice too much. I really did.
I did too.
Because they had so much shit going on. Like at the beginning of the election cycle last year, we were a year and a half out. It was, you know, keep your head on the swivel, all that shit, because, you know, Griffin season's coming, election season's coming.
Mm-hmm.
But as we got here and we got in the midst of shit, it looked like they had so much other shit to worry about outside of niggas,
right,
that we was going to escape.
Right.
Nobody escapes completely. You have to sacrifice something. Everybody has to sacrifice something at the motherfucking altar of politics.
Right.
Every election year.
Yep.
So I was thinking we was going to lose a couple fingers, maybe even a whole ass hand, but it wasn't going to look nothing like George Floyd.
Right.
Now, when I say sacrifice, I don't mean George Floyd was actual sacrifice. He was just some nigga.
Right.
But what we sacrifice is, it's almost like they put motherfucking entire groups of people through a collective humiliation ritual. And so you sacrifice a bit of your reputation. And it's usually these boule motherfuckers that offer that sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? These well-connected, well-to-do motherfuckers, they offer that part of their collective for the motherfucking beast to feed off of and get shit that they want out of it.
Right.
I thought we was going to escape, but from the looks of it, man, ever since Charlie Kirk got to open his mouth, I started getting more skeptical. Then from that point up until today with this dumbass AI shit, I'm like, okay, I see what's happening. They trying to make niggas a target for some type of crazy ass white extremism.
Oh shit, hold on. Damn. Okay, continue.
That's how you top George Floyd. Because listen, George Floyd, that was a motherfucker, bro. That was the summer of love, nigga. Half the country was on fire. Motherfucking attacks outside the White House, NBA playoffs, black squares on Instagram, you name it, nigga. The marketing off of that motherfucking movie right there was fantastic for, and they still running that motherfucker into the dirt.
Yep.
How do you top that? And I thought the script writers were just going to leave us alone because there was no way you could top that. There was no way you can go back to the black-white grifting and be like, you know what? We're going to use this as the centerpiece again. Now, we still may not be, because I still am under the impression that it's going to be the border this time. That's what I'm under the impression. That's going to be the centerpiece. All the rest of these conflicts, that motherfucker. Yeah.
Okay.
All the rest of this shit is going to be on the periphery. They're going to be like the supporting cast.
Right.
The black-white divide, the trans shit, all the other bullshit.
Yeah.
But I still think that the border may be the centerpiece, but from the looks of it, they setting the stage for pretty much anybody, and it looks like we is in that mix now. Because did you see some of the images that they was posting of the black folks that the AI was generating?
I'm gonna pull them up here now. I got them.
Like, look at Tim Pool's post in particular. He posted some shit where he said LOL, and it was the picture that the AI generated, and then the instructions talking about we can't do nothing for white folks.
Let me see. Hold on. LOL, Google is racist?
Yeah.
Oh, make a picture of a white family.
Nothing. And then look at the black people.
Then it says, oh, shit. Make a picture of the black family. Oh, shit. Hold on, y'all. This is what I'm saying. Why the black man got on lipstick? Why he look like RuPaul?
And then look at the other fools, the ones that's down there meditating on some Hotep shit. Look at who they trying to make enemies in the minds of these people, bro. The imagery means a lot.
Yes.
So you got
the Hoteps
the gays.
The Hoteps is the enemy.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, maybe not necessarily the Hoteps, but just anything of a spiritual connotation.
Right.
That's the imagery that they're starting to shift to in this motherfucking black-white divide grifting.
Right.
When you do that, when you start eliciting that type of imagery, you start eliciting also a more deep-seated hatred and anger. Because nothing beats religious extremism. So now you have the seeds right there in front of you for some bullshit. Because one thing I know is people who typically blow shit up or do something on a heinous terrorist attack level, they usually have a spiritual component to their personality. They view life through that lens, whatever that component may be, but they view life through that lens, which lends to an all or nothing type of mentality if you're chemically off or some type of motherfucker who's a sociopath or any of that. So they'll view life through that lens. Now, in the motherfucking realm of conspiracy theories, we know that there's a significant portion of the populace that don't trust the internet.
Right.
That trust, that mistrust, it ranges from people who think it's just a corporate ploy to engineer society for profit, all the way up to, I believe the internet is a portal to the devil himself.
Right.
Those people at the top of that, that's becoming an increasingly louder voice within the motherfucking internet, social media community. And they, the loudest and most influential voices in that realm, are white people. They are white people. There's all kinds of people who talk about how the internet could be Satan, how the internet could be the devil's playground and all that other shit. All sorts of people talk about that, but the loudest and most influential voices in that realm who think that are white people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you already think that AI is the devil, now you are seeing these spiritually laced images of black folks. White folks are completely excluded from that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take a motherfucking genius to see what comes next to somebody who's a wacko.
Mm.
He's going to start to think that he's fighting the devil by fighting niggas.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And this may happen over the course of the next few months. Is that if you start seeing that type of shit, already the anger exists, but now you're starting to move this image-wise into a realm where it necessarily shouldn't be. Because it ain't that serious.
I want to go back to something that you initially stated, right? So,
yeah,
one of your possible outcomes is that there is some sort of white supremacist attack on black people, right? I'm trying to understand how you drew that correlation, because the way things are going, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's a black hate group against a white family. But why do you say the correlation is white hate group against? I think, help me. Okay, I think I get it. So basically what you're saying is we see this rise of white nationalism. We see this attack on black people online. So because it exists online, it now has to manifest in the physical world. So people can put the two and two together and say, look, they was attacking us online and in real life. Is that the correlation we're drawing here?
Yes.
Interesting.
Because
so we are going to get another summer of Black Death.
I think so. I think so.
Maybe at the hands of that fake Nazi group, right? That Fed Nazi group or whatever. It could be, something correlated with them or something similar, because they just brought those images out this weekend too.
Right.
Damn.
So it's starting to look like we're being shoehorned back in the conversation of being the lead motherfucking role of whatever bullshit they got cooked up.
Damn.
And again, it has to trump George Floyd.
Right.
That would trump George Floyd. You blow up a building. Yeah, some crazy to that degree. They've been already telling the motherfuckers white supremacy is the biggest threat to America that has ever existed in the world. And fucking, this is what motherfuckers have been hearing, even though we know it's nonsense. But it wasn't for people to actually believe that garbage. It was to fucking radicalize white people who were hearing it and be like, you know what? We're under attack. Because it was so blatant. It was such blatant bullshit attached to this. Like, you sitting here crying about a motherfucking AI that won't generate you. At the same time, you think this shit is from hell, or at the very least, you think it's a psyop, then you should be fucking happy.
Right.
But that's not how a psycho is going to look at it. A psycho is going to look at it like, this is evidence that I need to activate. And they ain't hitting niggas that heavy with that type of motherfucking rhetoric. They're not hitting us like that. So I don't see an attack coming from us. This seems to be engineered specifically for the radical element within white folks. Because they could have had a nigga doing a million different things, bro.
Yeah.
A million different things. Basketball, eating chicken. They like that shit. That would have been like, or even just a motherfucker being a scientist or some crazy shit. But they had niggas sitting there meditating.
Yeah.
Looking like divinity, bro.
Yeah.
How is that going to play to a motherfucking white dude who's insecure, got fired, been hearing crazy shit for the last 3 years, already believes that the internet is the devil, off his medication, and all kinds of other shit.
Yeah.
How is that going to play to him?
I mean, your point has been made, right? Your point has been made. What's crazy to me is, I feel like you're right. We all anticipated that black folks was going to be able to take a break this election, right? It won't be about us. We could sit back and chill and kind of coast to this one and maybe regroup and worry about the next one, right?
Yeah.
But no, when we expected the left to put us in the spotlight, it was the right that came around and put us in the spotlight during the election year as things are heating up and getting more and more hot. And now we get the AI imagery. Damn. So we can't even get a damn year off. We can't get one election off.
It's the great grifting, bro. It's the deepest of motherfucking divisions. The deepest of divisions is right there. It all stems from that motherfucking division in this country.
Right.
Everything else, that's why they try and run everything else through its current. That's how they got motherfucking LGBTs. The fucking run that they get is running them through our current.
Right.
And fucking, now they a thing. But they tap into that this year, I'm leaving, bro. I'm tired of motherfucking living like, goddamn, every election cycle, niggas' anxiety got to go up.
Right. Blood pressure going up, all of that. Yeah. All right, man. Let me get to some more callers, man. You know, blown our mind today. Pause.
All right, man. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill. Damn, yo. Remember I told you about DEI. Remember we said it. We did a whole thing on DEI. I broke down what DEI was. Remember when I told you DEI does not recognize the straight conservative black male. And here he says, make a picture of a black family. This is Tim Cass. And it produces an image of a black male who could be trans, could be a stud. This might not even be a man with lipstick on. Insane. Absolutely insane. But Tim Pool missed that because he was looking for something different. Sometimes, you know, when you create content, you're looking for something. So you tend to miss the stuff that you're looking not looking for. When you don't have an objective mind. This is why I like having an objective mind, because I don't miss much, because I'm not looking for my own bias to be reaffirmed. I'm looking for everything. Strong Dad, what's up, man? What you got for us today, bro?
Hey, what's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
So, you know what? Now before I make my slight disagreement with Goldstein's take,
okay,
I do partially agree with his take, but I do also disagree. But I know that the stance I'm about to take, I can already see what some people are going to say. So just know.
Just say what you gotta say, man. All this fucking disclaimer and shit.
It has to be a disclaimer. I live in Colorado. There are legit white gangs out here, so I'm always on the swivel.
Okay.
With that being said, I don't think black people are actually the target. I don't think that at all.
Okay.
First of all,
who's the target then?
I think that it's going to be, they're trying to trigger some white identity extremist nigga to shoot up, you know, some rainbow niggas or some, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think.
So you think that rainbow is going to be the target? All right, continue. All right, go back to your
because
thesis.
on like, not on the main grifters pages, but on their tendrils and on their tentacles, they're talking about all of the rises and shootings from these trans niggas and how it's being hidden.
Yeah.
And how no one's being told about it. And they're drawing the conclusion that, and it might not even be white trans niggas. It might be black trans niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in this particular case, where, you know, they're always like, I'm black and trans, you know, in this particular case, them being trans actually is the thing. I think
that's plausible, but to find a middle ground between you and Goldstein, it could be a black trans person.
Could be both.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why.
More than likely, that's what it will be. Because a white person killing a white trans person, that's not going to do it. That's not going to. You need the great grifting. So it has to be a black person.
Yeah, you need the great.
Right.
But you got to unite. You got to unite the powerful gays and the powerful black liberals, and the only way to do that is to shoot a black trans person. If you shoot a black man, then you're only going to ignite half the niggas.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying that. You know, that's what they're talking about. But also, what Goldstein said about these white dudes' fear, the fear that they have, it's kind of crazy because I heard this shit on the yard in 2012 from a white dude when he was telling me why there's an issue between us. So these niggas have been talking about this shit way too long for the media to incite some niggas, because people who are on their real shit are tuning into the dudes who've already been talking about it. That's why I don't think it's quite that, but I am willing to split the difference and say it's going to be a black trans person for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like a club or something like that where they frequent or something like that, because they are the enemy. As a matter of fact, the black man meditating, I find that white dudes who think, identity-wise, tend to agree with those types of black dudes more, reach out to those types of black dudes more because they are aware of the history there. They see that meditating black man as a black identity nationalist, and that person gets along more with them than the liberal version of that black person. So I don't think they're necessarily being incited by that. I think that they see that's where the inroad is, which is why they occasionally you see them reach out to black men like that. But they reach out to their version of it, obviously, not the real type, but what they think is like that. So that's the nuance that I'm adding. I'm not fully disagreeing, but I definitely think that there should be some caveats to that point for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, Goldstein made some great points, right? Like he really
He
brought
made a
things
powerful point.
Yeah, he brought some things into focus here where, we definitely thought. I don't think you could say you were exempt. I think you were in lockstep with us that we thought, black folks would not be the focal point, right? But we also knew there was a possibility that, okay, summer roll around and get hot, they got to kill a nigga to get us out to the polls, right? So we knew it was a possibility, but we did think we were going to get a break this year because the Democrats stopped talking about black people and they focused on the whole migrant. So we're like, all right, why are they distracted about us? They won't think about us. And now we have the right, and I think you can agree to this, the right has now picked up the baton on beating a black man.
Yeah. But I just think that they have now redefined what the black man is now. Now the black man to them, like when we talk about who the woke represents now, that's the black man to them. It ain't even us no more. You know what I'm saying? It definitely ain't Hoteps no more, but it ain't real black men. They see masculinity in real black men.
Now, Goldstein brings up a great point. And this is something I thought about while you were talking. And I wasn't going to say anything, but since he brought it up, he says, I don't think it'll be a trans person because this time around they're going to need us to hit back, and we won't hit back over a trans person. Now, I don't know if they need us to hit back, but according to trans niggas definitely will. But according to history, it's always been a straight black male. And I don't think they could get the black community to coalesce around a trans person. I don't think black community is ready for that yet. But straight black male, remember, Black Lives Matter was built off of the deaths of not gay people, but the deaths of straight black males being killed by police. So it might have to be a straight black person, but we're going to have to see.
But would you agree though that one of the utilities of making it a straight black man is the protesting and everything afterwards that they can co-opt, right?
Yes.
Okay, so if that's the case, think about this summer, or not this summer, but the last protest season being a little bit different than some of the others, as in they had to dismantle it entirely because black men aren't doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So I think that they don't see that strategy as fully effective because the trans community is bigger now.
Yeah.
And if you shoot a black trans person, you get all the white liberals, you get all the black women, you get all the trans people, but you don't get the black men. And the black men are not coming out anymore. So I don't think they're even worried about getting us to come out. I don't think they care if we retaliate. I think they want the other ones to retaliate.
I'm going to go with
the craziest ones.
If I had to put my chips on the table, if I had 10 chips, I'm going to put 8 of them on straight black male and 2 chips on trans deaf, black trans.
Oh God!
I think they're gonna do a straight black male.
God forgive me. I'm gonna put 4 chips on straight black men, and then I'm gonna put the rest on others.
The rest on the trans. All right, we gonna see.
The rest on the trans.
This is crazy that we all betting on a nigga dying and shit.
Oh my God, bro! God forgive me. This is.
But this is what it's come to.
This is what in your mind you're doing it. We're just saying it out loud.
But we know this is what's going to happen. We know this is part of the script. And all roads are pointing to black people. We're the focal point, AI, all this shit. So yeah, it's
But the question is the end result. What is the end result that they're trying to produce from any of that? That last hammer swing, what is that? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's going to be.
Well, at the low level, it's creating fuss around the election. That's at the low level. At the mid level, it's create racial animosity between the races. At the higher level, it's just distraction so they can do other shit, like pass the CBDC and pass Basel III and all these other different initiatives.
Listen, if they truly do ignite a race war, I need all the white Hoteps to wear a Hotep Nation hat to identify yourself. Because I'm not saying that I don't like white people, but I'm saying there's a lot of white people where I live that don't like me, and I don't want to shoot you by mistake, man. Wear the hat. A Minavore hoodie, a Hotep Nation hat. Let me know.
See, you and I are different. You and I are different because I'm going to need everybody to put on a Hotep Nation hat because I'm shooting everybody. Pause. Please forgive me, YouTube. This is all hypothetical, and we do not condone violence. But yeah, I'm pulling out on everybody, and everybody's a fucking suspect. Because you got to remember, Black Panther Party was not taken down by white folks per se. There were always moles that look like you. So you got to look at your own con first. This is why I was having a conversation with dude on Monday, Charles Haywood on Monday. Like, you got to check your own Republicans before you even worry about the Democrats, because the Republicans you align with is ready to stab you in the back, and you over here think Elon your general, and I'm like, ugh. So
Elon about to deliver the death blow.
Yeah.
All right, man. Listen, y'all, put on your Hotep Nation gear because I don't want to feel bad.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Hotep and Bill.
Hotep and Bill.
That nigga crazy. Let's get Ronan in here. Ronan wants to get a piece of this. Pause. What's the chat talking about? Rich G says, I need a cap, no cap. Yo, HotepNation.com. Go get your cap. Oh, we sell a caps. We don't have any shirts, mugs, or anything like that. Go get your cap. Go get your caps. Go get your Hotep Nation caps. We rocking caps. We got dad hats. We got snapbacks. And we got the well, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up on the screen so y'all can see it right here. Hold on.
Call from.
So when you go to the website, I'll show you here on the screen. When you go to the website, obviously you'll see the ad there for Grifties. But you go to the top, you hit shop, and you'll see right there. Oh, I still have the patriarchy shirts up there. So we got Flex Fit Cap, we got the beanies, we got the snapbacks, and we got the dad hats. Hotep Jesus shirts, Iron Patriarchy shirts. I might remove these. I don't even know why they're still there. But yeah, go get your caps, HotepNation.com. Ronan, what you got for us, man?
Not too much, Hotep. So I wanted to touch on the whole AI situation.
Okay.
I use Midjourney for my graphic design.
Same.
And thumbnails, and I as you were talking about the issue, I typed in, a white woman holding an American flag, and I got several lovely white women holding American flags.
That's correct. I did the same thing. I did the same thing before I got on here. I'll show you exactly what I did here. I'm going to pull up my image tool. Okay, so here's my image generator. And so I typed in portrait of Donald Trump if he was an African American. It said it's unable to create that because of content policy restrictions. And I said, all right, just give me a realistic portrait of a black Roman senator, right? And then I went to Midjourney to try to do the same thing, right? And when I went over to Midjourney, I asked it to create the Donald Trump situation, and I did not get what I wanted. Wait, where is that? Oh, I just got a warning. Okay, I got a warning, and then I just went back to ChatGPT and created my image. But yes, if I asked to create white people with ChatGPT or Midjourney, all of it works. I can create white people with ChatGPT. I've done it.
And I think with jumping onto what Goldstein was saying, perhaps this is a bit of a psyop in terms of the AI, because when Goldstein was saying, and then what the Infowars guy was talking about, it reminded me about that AI law that they were talking about that's like affecting black people.
Yes.
That they were going to put in.
Correct.
So I don't know if Infowars, that guy realizes that maybe he's perpetuating a law that would make it harder for regular folks to use AI.
I did a short on that where I said, I don't know if anybody in chat remembers. It's on my Instagram where I said they're going to use black people to legislate against AI. Absolutely. And he's perpetuating that.
Yeah, and I think and that could also kind of be the whole psyop of it, is to kind of use certain AI generating programs to ferment this discourse.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's not really what it is. It's just a way to kind of lessen our ability to use these programs. And and let's kind of be real here. These are just AI images. And the more realistic they get, the question to me starts beginning, like when we see those hyper realistic AI images of people dancing or city life. How much of that is just computer, and how much of that is tapping into an alternate reality that we are just drawing those images from. So, things kind of get a little spooky there. And one last thing I just wanted to touch on in terms of, you guys were, I think it was Strong that was talking about the trans issue. I heard a theory, and I'm wondering if maybe it might hold some truth. So do you remember Travis Scott's big concert, and all those people died in the lawsuits?
Yeah.
That concert was sponsored by BetterHelp.
Okay.
And BetterHelp apparently does not have the same regulatory rules as regular therapy is required.
Okay.
So this person brought up this speculation that what if BetterHelp is used for an MK Ultra tool to kind of single out potential individuals to create these false flag events. So just another thing for everyone out there to keep in mind.
I like that. I like the way you think.
That's all I got for you guys.
Hey, man, I like the way you think, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for the calling.
Thank you so much. Hotep and build.
Hotep and build. Hotep White Dad, call in. I already know what he about to do. He about to spaz because he don't even like AI. Chad said in the chat here, where is it? Imagine being surprised AI is a psyop. Uh-oh. Here we go. Hold on, let me text him. Tell him call in. Jonah wants to get a piece of this pause. Everybody falling for it. Oh, let me check breaking news. Let me see. Is some breaking news? Let me check breaking news. I don't see nothing yet. I don't see nothing yet. Oklahoma death of non-binary student after in-school fight prompts calls for answers. Let me check the judge. Let me check judge and see if judge got anything here. I don't see nothing there. Yeah, I'm not seeing any crazy breaking news. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. Chad, call in. Waiting on Chad. Jonah, call in. Chad and Jonah, call in. Let's hear from you guys. We need to start the Unplug AI movement. See, that's dangerous. Because the Unplug AI movement leads to legislation. And that's what they want. They want to legislate it. See, the thing is, they always put you on a tightrope. Because on one side, it's like, yo, AI is dangerous. And then on the other side, it's like, well, if it's like guns, actually. It's like guns are dangerous. But if only the government has access to guns, it's bad, right? So what they want to do is they want to legislate it to say only the oligarch, only the elite class, if that's what you guys call them, the controlling class, I like to say, the controlling class has access to AI, and the rest of us would be subject to AI. So it's like you got to walk that tightrope where AI is definitely dangerous, right? But it can also be a useful tool, like a knife, like a gun. But you can't legislate against it and say, hey, you know, don't let the AI do this, don't let the AI do that, because then it's just like, all right, so you're just asking for the control class to handle everything. AI is in a server. Where's the server and who controls it? Yeah. Amazon. It's probably on an Amazon server. Literally just an advanced form of statistics and data processing. I agree with that. What else y'all saying here? People will be worshiping it in 3 years. Maybe. Jonah said he needs 2 minutes. Oh, wait, no. Oh, here we go.
Call from
Hotep White Dad.
Hotep White Dad on a check-in. What's up, bro?
Yo. No, I actually wasn't even calling about the AI thing. Like, I'll let y'all do y'all's thing. Like, it's kind of like the stuff from the last 4 years. You know what? Like, y'all want to wear a mask and y'all want to like stay 6 feet apart. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm gonna do me. Just don't make me do the shit with you. But no, I was actually calling about the whole thing with like the race war stuff and everything. Like, I'm starting to think like it's so slick and intricate now that it almost like Charlie Kirk Dander started a race war by himself without even anybody having to die. They had this Boeing dude that gets fired today. It's a white man, and so I just posted a picture of him, and I wish Charlie Kirk a happy Black History Month because it's a white man. His name is Ed Clark. Shout out to Ed Clark for being the white man head of the Boeing 737 program that got thrown out on his keister for all this shit going down. But no, like, so y'all were taking this angle of like trying to choose between either a straight black man or a trans person. Like, why can't it just be like one of these zesty Atlanta dudes?
What's the difference between them and a trans person?
Okay, fair enough. I mean, my bad. Yeah, I mean,
they are the same.
Not Atlanta.
That's the same group.
Maybe just like a regular, like zesty, like a zesty roughneck dude from Jersey or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, it could be zesty, you know, right? But I think that would fall under the category of the rainbow, right? It would be somebody zesty.
It still goes the other way. It still goes the rainbow way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It would still go the other way.
Because I'm thinking of like the way that the Jussie Smollett thing, had it been real, would have rallied people. You know what I mean? Like that was because he brought the whole thing. Like they called him the F word and the N word. You know, like you start to bring a whole different. It kind of strengthens the alliance where it was kind of easy to say like, wait a second, why are all these weirdo white women out here protesting with Black Lives Matter and they're holding up Trans Lives Matter signs at the thing? Like, where did you come in? What do you have to do with George Floyd? You know, that was kind of easy to separate. But then if it is an actual person on the rainbow, then it becomes a little bit more of a, like, we're all in this together kind of easy psyop. So I'm just trying to, like, this is me coming from the standpoint of, if y'all are placing your bets, you know, we don't have to choose one of the two green squares. There's a whole lot of, you know, you can pick odd numbers or even numbers, or, you know, pick black or red. So I think the other stuff was like, does it have to be a straight male or does it have to be a trans? Like, there's a spectrum in between there that you could probably still land on and be all right.
Yeah, so, maybe. Either way, do you agree That it's going to be a black person.
I mean, that's what the only thing I will say is they because they've started to drum up this black on white violence and stuff, and they're bringing up like videos that are like 10, 15 years old still. Like basically, like if it's new enough that it doesn't look like it was shot on VHS, it's hitting the timeline like it just happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And so there is some of that. That let me throw a curveball at you though. Like, when are we going to have our first AI generated open AI video, text to video hate crime hit the timeline?
Oh man, you know that's coming.
Call for it.
You know that's coming.
Yeah,
they can't wait for that.
Stuff, you saw their little thread. Like it's still got a little ways to go before it's photo or video
official,
whatever. But it ain't far. I mean, this isn't some stuff where we're looking at like original Toy Story.
No, we're talking about a year or two away from perfection, or near perfection, enough to fool your average boomer.
Right. And so that's where like you get that. Then the next thing is, all right, what happens when it's election video time and you can have Trump or Biden or whoever say whatever, Gavin Newsom, you name it, Nikki Haley, they can say whatever somebody wants to make them say. I don't know. Buckle your chin straps, people. It's about to get crazy out here.
It's about to get crazy.
That was the reason why, like when Trey was on, that's kind of why he and I started the whole Black Dad, White Dad show. Was we disconnect from whatever the trending topics are, and we make it about like what we think we need to try to
talk about,
drop on young men.
Yeah, I love that.
Like if it's something young men need to hear, we're gonna talk about it, and we're talking about building family, building yourself to where you are the kind of man that the right kind of woman is going to be looking for. Because I think that's one of the biggest problems is that we got too many people out there who want something, but they want to find it at the strip club.
Right.
And I'm like, well, you're looking for love in all the wrong places. I'm just telling you. So it's
so what's the name of that podcast?
Black Dad, White Dad. It's on the Strong Dad Protocol channel.
Okay.
Shout out to Strong Dad. So yeah, it's Black Dad, White Dad is the name of the show. It's Strong Dad and Chad dropping it, and I don't know, it's a young dad and an old dad. So it's like we got the
nice mixture.
The whole thing covered.
Yeah. No, that's dope. That's dope. Definitely supported that. Definitely retweeted that. Love to see that type of work on the timeline. Yeah. All right, let me get to Jonah, man.
So, shout out, Men of Order. Looking forward to the Grifties. Peace out. Hooked up and build, y'all.
Hooked up and build. Jonah, go ahead, call in. So somebody asked me a question. They said they gave the Kansas City parade shooters bail. And Rampage Rendon says, serious question, Hotep Jesus. Would they have made bail if they were white? First of all, I'm just frustrated that this is even a question. So I have to collect myself from having to entertain this whataboutism hypothetical situation. If they was white, they wouldn't have gotten bail. Reason why we haven't gotten their identities is because they're minors. How they got bail, I don't know. It's on the judge. Like, I don't fucking know if they would have got bail if they were white or not. How about you go shoot up a parade and then you come back and tell me if you make bail? Have your white kid shoot up a parade. Don't do this, obviously. But what the fuck do you want me to do with this question? Would they have made bail if they were white? I don't fucking know. Did Kyle Rittenhouse make bail? Let me see. Did Kyle Rittenhouse make bail?
He got held for a while.
Did he get held?
Yeah, he got held because they put a huge bail on him. Because they said he was out of state, remember?
But he got bail.
Eventually.
They got bail?
Eventually, yeah.
But
they
got
put a huge
bail.
one on him.
They got bail. They got bail. You can say how long it took and all of that, but he got bail.
Well, I didn't know what you were reading, but it wasn't like those illegals that were beating up on cops who got out that day, you know.
Right. Right. What you got for us today, Jonah?
Yeah. I dropped a few things in the DMs, but I still think they're going to go. I still think that they're going with some racial, not the race, but a holy war. You know, they're still trying to pop that off, but you know, they got to keep the race tension hot too. You know, but you know, again, who's organizing this shit, right? So when Goldstein was bringing up the Satan and Lucifer as far as the internet, well, I dropped the Google Play image, right? So that's pretty much the sigil of Lucifer. Google Play there. So they just turned it on the side and they took off the two ends.
I got it on the screen.
I got that in. Yeah. Then the other one, when you brought up Claudette Colvin and whatnot, so I sent you the Rosa Parks link up above on the Library of Congress, which is quite interesting because is that why she was selected? Her Freemasonry papers. Order of the Eastern Star.
I see it here. Yep.
Yeah.
She was a Mason. Yep.
Yeah. And now George Floyd, what was it on his chest, right?
Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, you know, you get all there's always these same people, right? You know, but even like Albert Pike said, it's going to be the Christians and the Muslims. So I think they're still going with that one, right? But they got to keep the other hot, the race and one, right?
Yeah.
Because then you have the major war. Then you also have possibly a hot side war, right? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So again, yeah, it's definitely interesting that way. But
the Apple Store is the Freemason symbol, Wilmar.
Yeah, they're like all of these tech companies. They all use like Luciferian sigils.
Yeah.
They just change them up a little bit, you know, so it's quite funny if you look into it. The Gmail too. Gmail is like a Freemason. What's called yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So all of them are sigils. So pretty much usually like when you're signing on, you're being basically signing on to be MK Google. You know. Yeah. So that's why I switched to Yandex and I put my signature on Yandex as fuck MK Google. Yeah, but no, I wanted to point that out. You know, get too, like I say, it's kind of funny that her papers are. The fact too that like her papers are in the Library of Congress, right? So they're like, pointing out that it's significant enough for them to put those papers up there too, right? So yeah. Anyways, Hotep and Build.
Hotep and Build. Appreciate you, man. Jonah comes through again. What's the moral of the story here, folks? What is the moral of the story? You know, like this, right? Now we arguing over, did Kyle Rittenhouse make bail? And the thing is, you gotta, and I said this with, and again, I keep it funky all across the board, right? When black people were talking about, you know, how judges or police dealt with them, I always ask, is it the same exact judge? Let's get really specific. Is it the same exact judge? Okay, is it the same exact district? Is it the same exact court? Is it the same exact county? Is it the same exact state at least? Because when you take like two different states, I'm like, states do shit differently in different states. So you got Kansas City, you got Kyle Rittenhouse. Where was Kyle Rittenhouse event occur? I forget where that occur. But it's just different states, right? Like, let me see. Kyle Rittenhouse, Kenosha. Where was Kenosha again? Missouri, right? Wisconsin. Fucking Wisconsin. Like, wait, we really about to sit up here and compare Wisconsin to Kansas City? I mean, is this what we doing, y'all? This is what we doing? Now, if you would have said, yo, Kyle Rittenhouse happened in Kansas City and this happened in Kansas City, I'd be like, all right, maybe you got something comparable here. But you comparing apples to oranges. So I can't even do the whole Hey, if they was white, would they have made bail? I would what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I hated it when black people did it. Well, if it was a black man, it was like, all right. Y'all want to play hypotheticals. I want to deal in reality and say, look, motherfucker, the Federal Reserve's fucking up the interest rates. That's real. That's happening. It affects all of us. Can we talk about that for like half a second? No. We got to talk about this racial shit. All right, cool. No doubt. Fuck it. I'll just sit my ass down in the back and just wait for y'all to realize what the more important things are in life. But this is where we at, man. Crazy. They got my boy Tim Pool in there. They got Alex. The only person they didn't get yet is Rogan. We still safe. Rogan hasn't. I don't think we're going to lose Rogan on this. Hopefully Rogan don't get the call. Please don't let Rogan get the call. Oh, please, Joe Rogan. Please, whatever you do, if they give you the call to say white people be hunted by blacks, say no. The Spotify money was good. Say no, Joe. Just say no, Joe. Oh, we lose Joe. If we lose Joe, I'm leaving the internet. I give up. Fuck it. Grift Report over. I'm moving. I'm me and fucking Goldstein. We're picking up. We're just gonna move to fucking Zambia somewhere and say, fuck it, man. We tried our best. If we lose Joe to this, it's a wrap, bro. They done got my boy Alex. They done got my boy Tim. Beanie Man. Joe's gonna think rationally? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I figured he would think rationally. Who else? What other my homies they done got wrapped up in this shit? Is there any more of my homies? Because my timeline look different. I ain't gonna tell you. I've been manicuring my timeline this election season very carefully. I only want to see certain type of shit. Oh my fucking God. I just refreshed my timeline. Look what pops up 17 seconds ago. Google's woke AI image generator refuses to create white people. Oh, Lord, this can't be reality. This can't be reality. This is not InfoWars. This is InfoWars. All right, they cloned Alex. That's what happened. They cloned Alex. That's what happened. They must have cloned Alex. Alex Jones has been cloned. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. We're going to see next week when we get him on the platform. Hopefully we can get him on the platform. But I think they cloned Alex Jones. What the fuck is going on? Hotep with it. Shout out to Hotep with it. What's he saying?
You know what I mean? But I just have to know. This question for all my white folks. Some of y'all gonna get mad at this, and some of y'all might not. You know what I mean? But I just have to know. This morning, I woke up to see that Beyonce is the #1 trending female artist in the country music charts. I'm gonna say it again. Beyonce is the #1 female artist on the country music chart. And after hearing this, I just have one question, yo. Just one question. When is enough gonna be enough for the white man? I mean, think about it, bro. Y'all don't got nothing left. Y'all are the new niggas. That's unfortunate to say, but it's true. Y'all are like lowest of the low on the low totem pole. Y'all at the bottom of the bottom, bro. All of y'all are terrorists and misogynistic, and you know what I mean? You don't deserve none of the shit you have, and I'm just gonna keep it a bang. You couldn't say none of that shit about me and it wouldn't be problems on site, nigga. We'd have to squabble. Just my 2 cents.
Shout out to Hotep with it. Dickle Cannon Hotep stream. We're going to talk about them Trump shoes tomorrow. Hotep Thursday. Hotep's been told you. Back at it again. What else? Who else? Who else got caught up in this, man? I just refreshed the timeline and I saw that link, man. Ugly out here, man. And I think somebody got the call. I think the call is going around. It's like it might be the same conference call. What if it's the same conference call? It's like they call all the elite grifters or send a memo out, and it's like, if you are black, you can now ease up on Trump. If you are white folks, start complaining about black folks. This is the new script. What if this is all one memo, one Illuminati meeting? Because this is all sort of correlated, right? It's all around elections. It's all around race. Because you see, Stephen A. Smith came out. He kind of eased up on Trump a little bit in regards to immigration. Others as well. So what if that's what's happening here? What if that's what's happening here? One email, one conference call. Why he got call y'all out like that? Good question. When did we enter this universe? Yeah, I don't know. The quartering? No, the quartering isn't on the race grift too. They didn't get Jeremy. No. Let me see. They done zapped all my homeboys. The quarter. You got to sound the shit out. Quartering. All right, here we go. Let's pull the quartering up. I know they didn't get my boy Jeremy. He done retweeted this shit. The gun that started the entire Kansas City parade last week was stolen. Race narrative destroyed. Gun narrative destroyed. Say goodbye to this story. Oh, they got Jeremy, yo. Blacks committed 72% of all murders in Minnesota, despite being only a little more than 6% of the state population. Quartering says racist. Oh, it's not as egregious as some of the other violations, but it seems like he might be buckling. I don't think the quartering got the call. I think he's just reading the room and seeing which way the grift blows. But it seems like they got quartering too. Is Hotep's the last? Are we the last? It's just the Hotep's and Joe Rogan. The fact that I'm surprised is funny to you. I'm not surprised. I'm more or less disappointed. Like if somebody would have said, "Yo, this is what's gonna happen in the future," I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's more disappointment. That's really what the emotion is. Quartering is Supreme Grifter. Quartering always knee-jerk reactions. Yeah, that's kind of like his brand, right? You know, knee-jerk reactions, yeah. Supreme Grifter, yeah. Jeremy's off the charts. He's off the charts when it comes to grifting. So it's just the Hoteps and Joe Rogan. Is this all we got left as far as media is concerned? Damn. I'm gonna cuss Alex Stein ass out when I see him at the Grifties too. He gonna cut that gay shit out on his show. I'm cussing his ass out. I was easy on him when I was on there with Charleston White. That's where we got this clip from.
Oh, this a real Hotep brother.
But when I see him, I'm gonna tell him like, yo, you gotta cut that gay shit out, bro. We had a phone call. Me and Alex Stein, we had a phone call. He's like, I'm gonna cut it out. He gotta cut that shit out, man. He gotta cut that shit out. I think that's an old clip that's being passed around. Anyway, Alex Stein gonna be at the Grifties. We got Tyrus is gonna be at the Grifties. Go to grifties.com. I think I'm in 13th place. Yeah, 13th place. Go vote for me. Hotep Jesus right there, 13th place. Go give me that. Go show me some love. We got I'll bring it up on the screen here in just a moment. Here we go. Here's our lineup. Alex Stein, like stand-up. A lot of good stand-up here, right? Alex Don, Sam Tripoli, Chrissy Mayer. Good stand-up right there. Also Tyrus, all stand-up, right? Then we got Sonny Johnson, Cannon Hotep, Phil All That Remains, and Shane Cashman from Timcast IRL. Like I said, Tyrus got to be added to this flyer. We're going to get him in there soon. And a bunch of other guests that I'm not allowed to say, really big names, bigger than me, pause, that are going to be in the audience and grifting along with us. And, you know, we're going to invite them backstage for the VIP experience. So, yeah, a lot of elite stars are coming out for this. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be way more fun than CPAC. But I think that's all the grift I got in me for today. This is going to be like the player haters ball. Word. I like that comparison. Alex Stein is on Thin Ice with the Blaze. He showed up at Nikki Haley's fundraiser a couple days ago and called her security guard a pussy multiple times because they wouldn't let him in. Really? He got in trouble for that? He said, only thing I trust are Hoteps, Cam, and Mace. Cam and Mace is holding us down. They've kept it real. Need a separate flyer for Tyrus? Word. His big ass. He's a monster. He's like literally a monster. But yeah, that's all the grift I got. Today's Wednesday. Chess practice tonight, 8 p.m. Kick.com/Hotep Jesus. Join us for elite chess training. That's what we'll be. And then, as you know, tomorrow, Hotep's been told you it's Hotep Thursday. These weeks are just flying by, man. Another Hotep Thursday is here. It feels like we just did a show. We're back. Make sure you get a second dose. We do a Monday show on Patreon, patreon.com/Hotep's Been Told You. That's Hotep's Been Told You 2.0. So you can tune in for that. The show this week had got banned, but YouTube let me clip it. So it should be back up now for people that want access. YouTube was like, yeah, you got to clip this part out. It was like some sort of copyright thing video we played. So that should be back up now, if not soon. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. Shout out to Syscoin. We're going to play the Syscoin commercial, our collaboration. Make sure you hit the Telegram link in the description box below to join our group, All Things Investing, and learn more about the Super DAP. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for another episode of Grift Report for Hotep Thursday. And as always, be well, stay merry, tell somebody in your family that you love them, and Hotep and build.
Envision a sanctuary where community and sustainability are the cornerstones of living. In this haven, every family is able to grow their own food, children flourish through homeschooling tailored to unlock their full potential, and education extends beyond textbooks, instilling self-worth and a deep understanding of the world around them. Here, goodwill isn't just an ideal, it's the essence of daily life, where respect for law and order harmonizes with the community's resourcefulness. This place isn't just a dream, it's a call to action for everyone who believes in a better, more connected way of living. Join us in building a future where each individual's contributions create a tapestry of enduring harmony and prosperity. Join us in Hotepistan,